Hey guys, welcome back to Mindy's monthly marketing tips. Hey guys, this is Mindy's monthly marketing tips, and this is Starfish's once a month segment where I talk about marketing tips, tricks, and just general marketing advice to help you grow your business's online presence. And today I actually wanted to talk about Connected TV, which is also known as CTV. At the start of 2021, 70 million households maintained their cable subscription, whereas 84 million connected using streaming devices and using what we now know as connected TV. This actually surpassed cable, and it is not going away anytime soon, and it is continuously on the rise. So what is actually CTV or connected TV? Connected TV is really a device or streaming services that uses an internet connection where you can actually watch your TV. So traditionally you would watch TV from an actual cable or like direct TV, or even you would use antennas to actually watch TV. Now we have TV options that actually uses an internet connection for you to be able to stream from apps or from devices like Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and even your gaming devices like Xbox and PlayStation has the capability of doing these streaming devices and offering connected TV services. So what kind of channels are on these? Really nowadays, almost all channels are on connected TV, including news networks, Twitch, PBS, and even a ton of apps like HBO and other streaming devices like YouTube have incorporated their own version of connected TV to offer you convenience and viewability online and at home. So let's talk about reasons why you want to focus on CTV and why this is a great marketing outlet for your business. So one, we know that it's definitely more accessible than traditional TV. In the past, traditional TV commercials was a great way for you to get your brand's name out there and for you to market and advertise what possibilities that you had as a brand and as a business. But you know that linear TV, which is the traditional version of TV, can be very, very pricey, and it is geared more towards bigger brands and higher ticket items. So this could make it more difficult for you to be able to purchase if you aren't a bigger brand, and it also targets a wide audience. With connected TV, you can actually hone in on a niche audience, and you could target specific individuals based off of your target demographic or the audience that you actually want to reach, versus a traditional frequency campaign, which is what typical TV linear commercials are designed to do. So it does allow for that specific targeting of that smaller audience, and it's more affordable because the cost is actually by CPM, or what we like to call a cost per thousand. So it's a lot easier to buy, and it's not as expensive as those primetime TV commercials. Also, the second reason is that you can actually reach a large audience of people who no longer subscribe to what we call linear TV. We actually call this cord cutting. So there's a large demographic of cord cutters out there, of people who do not have cable subscription, do not have satellite subscription, and they really only watch their TV through these devices or through CTV outlets. 86% of millennials and Gen Z watch their favorite programs from a CTV platform or from similar devices. 82% of households have one or more CTV device, and 40% of them actually stream on one of those devices. So if you're not actually investing in CTV, you could be missing a large audience. And like I said, it's a lot more affordable than linear, and the conversions really do add up, and they are there. And statistically, people are more likely to be reached through a CTV device than they are through a linear device in current society. Another great reason of why you want to utilize CTV is the reporting aspect. Of course, there is a great deal of success in linear TV, but one thing that we know about CTV is that the reporting is a lot easier to track than a traditional style of reporting. So different ways that we can do that is CTV actually uses programmatic technology, which is very similar to pay-per-click, or also known as Google Ads, which means that when somebody calls in or somebody engages with the ad, there is a tracking code behind it, which makes it easier for us to be able to track exactly where that caller came from or where that engaged user came from. So it's easier for you to track an ROI and really get that concise measurement down of how you need to spend your advertising moving forward. Now, there is some source of error in there because somebody may actually see your CTV ad and they may not call you right away. They may wait, or that it's not a clickable ad. So typically online you have clickable ads. Of course, CTV is not clickable. So you are kind of relying on them to want to call you or pick up and dial that trackable phone number while they're seeing the commercial, and a lot of times that may not happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't gauge essentially where your audience is coming from. So one way you could gauge it is if you notice an influx in customers right after running a CTV ad, or your ad agency is running a CTV ad, you may can attribute that to the CTV ad. So definitely keeping a well-rounded understanding of the influx of your profits and understanding what your ad agency is doing and when they're running the ad is a great gauge if your ROI is working. Also, you can compare your finances and your statistics from months that you were running CTV versus months that you were not running CTV, and notice if your call rates have actually gone up. So like I said, there's a source of error in there, but there's a good understanding of exactly how that has increased through your advertising efforts just by simply tracking your profits and understanding when those ads are running. Also, CTV is a great way to maneuver around the cookie-less future. As you know, cookies are disappearing and it is getting harder and harder for advertisers to be able to track users and where they're going. But with CTV, you can actually use first-party data like IP addresses and device IDs to target those unique users and actually serve them with an ad that is relevant to them. So we use this method as is in the current advertising world, but actually putting that into a CTV ad could have a higher conversion rate, especially since video is the top performing media on the internet. And then that actually leads me into the last point, which is talking about ad engagement. So one thing about these CTV ads is that they're non-skippable, so they have a higher completion rate. So essentially what this means is that people aren't going to be able to skip the ads on these platforms, and they're going to view the ad all the way through, which of course we know is going to have a higher conversion rate if somebody can actually see the full products and what you're having to offer versus skipping it. Also, this is a strategically targeted ad. So one thing about digital and any sort of ad tactic that runs through the internet is that we have the ability to actually target those users based off of what they're interested in. So unlike linear TV, where you're blasting a message out there and anybody and everybody who's watching that particular show is going to get the message that you're trying to put out there, through CTV, you can actually target specific individuals based off of their hobbies, their interests, their behaviors, and even things that they frequent online, or even things like household income, credit score, things like that. There's a ton of different ways that you can actually target people through CTV, which is going to inevitably boost your conversion rate faster than a frequency ran campaign. So I hope you learned a lot about CTV, or what we called connected TV. And if you guys want to learn more about this and how to incorporate this into your advertising and marketing, please let us know. We would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, like, share, comment, and subscribe to these videos. And let us know if there's any topics you would like us to discuss. And like always, thanks, and we'll see you next time.